The project I'll be covering in today's video is one that I think will drive mass adoption in the next bull run. Welcome back to Bearman Crypto, where we talk all things crypto. So in today's video, the project I want to cover is called Oasis Protocol. So Oasis Protocol is a layer 1 blockchain which is specifically focused around building privacy and all things privacy basically in Web3. And they're doing something that I think is quite novel and unique, and I think will drive mass adoption by the time we get to the next bull run. So essentially, Oasis Network focuses around building privacy networks, as well as looking at stuff around DeFi. So here it talks a bit about how they will look to start looking at things around tokenizing data. So this is basically looking at getting people to earn rewards for basically sharing their data, which obviously is something that, if we think about the way things work today, a lot of companies harvest data at our own expense. So what this is kind of looking to do is looking at novel ways whereby you can actually essentially sell your data if you wanted to, or remain private and keep sensitive information and so forth in as much as you like. So I think this is something that will be quite unique, because one of my thesis for the next bull run is there's going to be a lot of drive for increased privacy. So privacy coins could be one of those things that are going to do well come the next bull run. Again, that is not financial advice, of course. Please make sure you do your own further research before investing any of your hard-earned cash. So here you can see it talks about how what they're working on is very scalable, and a focus around confidential smart contracts. Not a lot of people are focusing in this area, or there are some people focusing in this area, but I think Oasis Protocol are probably going to be leading the way. You can see down here all the backers and partners that they're working with. A16Z is a big player in terms of backers, as well as Pantera. But again, with all these things, you never know who's a good actor and who's a bad actor in this space. So I know before the whole FTX thing, looking at backers was always a good decision point whether to invest in a protocol. But obviously, you can see for it's something that you probably need to research yourself. So here we can see there's a lot of node operators here, some big names, Stakefish in terms of node operation. So one of the big areas is specifically for Oasis Protocol is Oasis Labs and the stuff that they're doing with Oasis Labs. So they've got a specific website for Oasis Labs, which then talks a bit more about the sort of things that they're doing. So one of the things that they recently introduced is this SDK. So this is essentially a software developer kit, and what they're trying to do is basically create these little kits so anyone can basically scale up a project fairly quickly, which is basically focused around data security and governance and so forth. So in terms of if you're looking to look after sensitive data and stuff like that, and security. So they've got these SDKs, which are essentially can get, with obviously sufficient knowledge, get you to scale up whatever you're trying to build. So I think this is one of the things that will drive interest in this project. And if we have a look in terms of who Oasis work with, so recently, earlier part of this year, there was a big announcement. They've actually partnered up with Meta AI. So Meta, obviously, Facebook. So I think this is going to generate a lot of interest in Rose in months to come. Because obviously Facebook, they're doing different things, specifically trying to enter the metaverse, and they're working on very novel concepts. So obviously partnering up with someone like Oasis, who's focused on privacy and so forth, I think that's definitely a good look. They've also got partners in Equifax. What else have we got here? We've got BMW Group, Personal AI. So a lot of the partners are focused around AI, and I think AI will be one of those things that will be one of the market drivers or catalysts come the next bull run. So this is definitely one to watch in my opinion. And if we have a look at the token itself and how it launched, so this is a website that I typically use, Crypto Rank. So we can see at the moment the token is at 0.045 as of time of this recording. So this website, what I tend to do is just try to get a bit more detail about the token itself and how it launched. Here we can see that it launched. The actual sale was around 3 cents. We can see a bit more detail about the various backers that were involved when it launched. So we got Pantera, another big player. We got Binance Labs. We got A16Z that we mentioned earlier. And just looking at the tokenomics and the allocations, we can see here how much has been allocated to the backers and core contributors. What's available for staking. So I believe you can stake this token as well. I did have a quick look. It didn't look fairly straightforward, so it's one that you definitely have to do your own research if you want to have a look at that. So definitely, I think it's definitely one worthwhile looking into. So if we just have a look at the price on CoinGecko. So at the moment, it's ranked outside of the top 100. So that is always one of those things, a chance for bigger gains. And if we have a look, circulating supply is about 5 billion. Total supply is 10 billion. And max supply, 10 billion as well. So, that's a good look. So over 50% are already in circulation. And if we just have a look at a bit more about the tokenomics on CoinGecko, just to get a feel for what that looks like in terms of the vesting schedule, we can see here. So where are we? We're round about here. So if you look out maybe into about May 2023, there's going to be a spike in the circulating supply. So that's definitely, if you're going to be buying, just buy with caution. Even if it's worthwhile, maybe it might be worthwhile DCAing in if that is a better approach. But at the current price, it's at 4 cents, and we know that the token, when it got listed, this was around, or when the sale went through, this was around 3 cents. So, it is quite close to what the private sale was at. So I still think this could be a good opportunity even at these prices. Who knows where this market is really going to go. And let's have a look at all-time high. Have I just gone past it? All-time high, there we go, was 60, close to 60 cents. So even if this coin was to return back to all-time high, that's at least a 10x. So I think it's something definitely worthwhile having a look at. I will be DCAing in a little bit at a time into this project because I think it's definitely one that will do well come the next bull run. If you enjoyed this type of content, again, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like this video so it gets shared around with everyone, and continue to stick around and pay attention. And I'll see you in my next video.